What's going on, YouTube? Thomas L here. Since the next Bond is supposed to be Daniel Craig's final take on the character, I decided to do 10 actors that I'll look to see play the role of Bond in the future. After Craig leaves. Now, these are not actually in particular order, but these are just the 10 actors that I wouldn't mind seeing play the role of Bond. So I'm just going to, like I said, these aren't going to be in order, so I'm just going to talk about them like just randomly. All right, here's my list. One actor I'll let you see play James Bond is Dan Stevens. Now, of course, Dan Stevens is best known for the show Downton Abbey, and he played Beast and Beauty and the Beast. And he's been in other interesting stuff. He was in that movie The Guest. He was in that Adam Sandler movie The Cobbler. He was also in that Anne Hathaway film Colossal. He was in Marshall, Man Who Invented Christmas, where he played Charles Dickens. He's been in some interesting stuff, and he has that boyish charm that I think could come perfectly with Bond. He has great style that I think he could capture Bond perfectly. And he could do action well. As I just said, he was in The Guest, which is a really fun little action movie. If you guys still haven't seen The Guest, check it out. That movie is actually really awesome. All right, another actor I'll let you see play Bond is Daniel Kaluuya. Now, he's no stranger to spy-based film. He was in the Bond spoof film Johnny English Reborn with Rowan Atkinson. So he's no stranger to the spy genre in a way, even though that was a spoof of the spy genre. And of course, Daniel Kaluuya recently scored a Best Actor nomination for his performance in Jordan Peele's Get Out. Yeah, I think he could be a pretty interesting Bond. He could do action well, as if you saw in Sicario, and like actions pretty much up his. He had some action scenes in Get Out as well. The movie wasn't an action film, and of course he also has the boy charm that I think could penetrate to play the role of Bond. So I think Khalil could do a pretty decent job as the role. All right. The next one on my list is Matthew Good, who I think also has the boyish charm to play the role of Bond. He's been in other stuff like he was in Watchmen, that Nicole Kidman movie Stalker. He was also in that Benedict Cumberbatch film, The Imitation Game. He was also on Downton Abbey. He's been in some interesting stuff, and he's done action before. As I said, he was in Watchmen. So I think he could have. I think he has the skills that it takes to play the role of Bond. And don't be cool seeing him lead a new film. He's a pretty decent actor. All right, another actor I want you to see play the role will be Jamie Dornan. Now, of course, he's best known for Christian Grey in the 50 Shades movies, which aren't great. And since those movies ended, I think he deserves to be in another franchise, and maybe another better franchise, because the 50 Shades movies just plain old sucked. I think Jamie Dornan could have what it takes to play the role of Bond. He also has boyish charms. I haven't really seen him do action much. So, I haven't really seen hardly anything else he's really been in other than the 50 Shades movies. And he was pretty good in this, movie called Lewis of the Life of Lewis. I forgot the name, but Lewis Drax, something like that. He was pretty good in that. He's also in this new movie with Peter Dinklage called My Dinner with Herb, which is coming to HBO. And he's in the film A Private War with Rosamund Pike, a former Bond girl. Yeah, I think he could probably pull the role off of Bond as well. It'll be cool to see what this guy could do outside of the 50 Shades movies, because those movies did not help his career. Well, it probably helped his career a little, but he deserves better than 50 Shades. All right, another actor that's on my list is actor Richard Armitage, who of course is best known for Game of Thrones. He was in the Hobbit movies. He has like a charm that I think could work for Bond. He could do action well. It'll be cool seeing him lead a movie like Bond, because I mean he's pretty decent on Game of Thrones. And yeah, I think he could have what it takes to play the role pretty well. All right, another one on my list is Idris Elba. Now I should have had him a little higher, but to be honest, I think he probably could be a better Bond villain than James Bond. But if they cast him as Bond, I'm all for it. I mean, he could have what it takes to play the role of Bond. He also has charming looks. He can do action well. Yeah, if they announce tomorrow that Idris Elba is our new James Bond, I really won't have a problem with it. I'm all for it. I mean, he's a good actor. So, hey, I'll say, hey, give Elba a shot, yeah? All right, another actor on my list is actor Charlie Cox, who's now best known for playing Daredevil on Netflix's Daredevil. So he has lots of experience with the action genre. He also has like a boyish looks to him to play the role Bond. So yeah, I'm all for seeing Charlie Cox as the role, but his schedule with the Netflix universe might interfere with that. But we'll see what happens. All right, another actor on my list would be actor Tom Hiddleston, who he's also a Marvel actor. He played Loki in the Thor movies as well as Avengers, and he recently reprised his role as Loki again in Infinity War. He could do other stuff other than Loki. I mean, I thought he was good in Kong Skull Island. He's pretty good in other stuff like that. I saw the light. He was pretty decent in. He could be a pretty decent actor as well, and I think him as Bond, he's he probably could be a good fit as Bond, or maybe a Bond villain. I mean, he has villain experience, but we'll see if they'll actually cast him. God knows if he's ever gonna play Loki again, so he has enough. Like, I mean, his schedule is pretty open if he doesn't return as Loki again. All right, another actor on my list is this actor named Henry Golding. You might not know the name, but you'll probably recognize his face. He was just recently seen as the role of Nick Young in that movie Crazy Rich Asians. He was wonderful in that movie. He's in the new film A Simple Favor, which he was pretty decent in. I think he'll be a perfect choice for our first Asian James Bond. I mean, he also, of course, has the British accent that works perfectly with Bond. He sounds like he could literally be James Bond, and I'm down to see him as the role Bond. I never really seen him like fully in action before because his only movies was Crazy Rich Asians and A Simple Favor, so I never really seen him do any like action packed films before. But hey, I'm down. I'm interested to see Golding as the role of Bond. It'll be cool to see him leave off like his own franchise. I know the Crazy Rich Asian movies are going to guess like has like he's going to have a franchise as well, but I'd love to see him in an action franchise, and I think Bond will be a perfect franchise for him. All right, the last one on my list is no shocker. It's Henry Cavill. I mean, he's no longer going to be Superman, so get him as the role of Bond. I mean, believe it or not, he was originally supposed to play Bond one time but that role automatically went you down, Craig. Like when he was up for the role of Bond, it went down between him and Daniel Craig, but of course Craig got the role. And like Henry Cavill wasn't really well known at the time. He's done like I believe he's done like stuff in the UK before, but he's never like he was not like a well known star before. He got the role of Superman. Of course, he was on The Borgias, but a lot of people haven't really seen that show. So, I mean, I thought he was amazing as Superman. It's a shame he's not gonna play the role again. But hey, maybe he could start off his new franchise. Of course, he has Netflix's The Witcher he's doing, so if that might actually interfere with him as Bond. But hey, we'll see. Maybe MGM or I think Universal's doing now. Maybe the studio that's doing Bond will look into him and maybe get Cavill as the real Bond. I'm all for it. I mean, he has the looks of Bond. He could do action well. He's no stranger to the spy genre either. He was in that Man from U.N.C.L.E. movie with Armie Hammer, who I think is another good choice for Bond. But he's on my honorable mention list for the role. And yeah, I think Cavill could be an interesting choice for the role. All right, that's pretty much it for my list. Let me run them down. Dan Stevens, Daniel Kaluuya, Matthew Good, Jamie Dornan, Richard Armitage, Idris Elba, Charlie Cox, Tom Hiddleston, Henry Golding, and Henry Cavill. Which one, who would you guys love to see be the next James Bond? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. Sayar.